Alrighty then. Let's go live, shall we? Let's see if this thing works still. I don't know how it's going to work, but it should somehow. Let's see how it is on my social medias. I really wish there was a better way to broadcast live. But I guess I'll figure it out at some point, right? Yeah, we're going to be talking some San Diego Comic-Con. Got some news coming out of there. Oh, here we go. I guess I have to share it. Share the link. I am live. Click the link to interact. Oh, I should have. So I'll bring it over to my Twitter as well. And I will put this on. More of the same. Click the link to interact. Well, if you're listening right now, we're going to get things going here. Share that link for God's sakes. And like the description hopefully says, everything is going to be available here. Right now, Show How Live, watching Ring of Honor Manhattan Mayhem on Honor Club. And right now, it is the ROH World Tag Team titles are on the line. The Briscoes against Guerrillas of Destiny. But it's not just going to be a wrestling show. That's more just to kind of give you an idea how live I am. I'm bringing back this podcast because, don't get me wrong, I love the Retro Gamers podcast. I love talking retro games with Anthony Rippo every Tuesday. I love the Better Half podcast. I love shooting the shit with my buddy Frank Messina every other Wednesday. I love the Yin and the Yang podcast with Anthony Chu every Friday. Because it's just a blast to be able to have some fun, do some goofy stuff on that show, and learn some knowledge about health, wellness, and whatnot. And, of course, my seasonal Talking More Wrestling, which is usually Saturdays at 6:05 p.m. Eastern, where I do talk professional wrestling. But this right here, what am I? More of the same. The More of the Same podcast is really going to be my free-for-all. I'm going to talk about all of that stuff. I'm going to talk about anything else I want to talk about. I may talk politics. It's not a political show, don't worry. But I'm going to talk about how I feel. I'm going to talk pop culture, movies, music, if there's even good music anymore. I don't know. There is, but it's hard to find. So, whatever pops up, I may have some friends on, from time to time, and really the show is just going to randomly pop up when it goes. It's not going to be live all the time. I'm having some fun here. I'm just kind of trying to learn how this thing works as a live feed. Of course, for some reason... Oh, do I have this under the Retro Gamers? I don't think so. No, it's under More of the Same podcast, but when you go to my page on Spreaker, I'll have the Retro Gamers logo. I should really change that because it's really more for all my podcasts, not just the Retro Gamers. I do want to be fair to that. But, I don't know. Hopefully people will see this. People will click. Can I pin this stuff here? No, I can't. I can pin it over here. So, nope. I can't even pin it there. That's weird. Whatevs. So one of the first things I do want to talk about is apparently everything coming out of San Diego Comic-Con that is Marvel. I tweeted on my... I'm going to go to Marvel Studios. I tweeted on my own page... Not tweeted, I Facebooked, I guess. On my own page how they should rename Disney Plus Marvel Plus. They're talking about Phase 4 of the Marvel Universe. And they are talking about not only movies, but also television shows. Does this work here? Let's see. Hello, everyone. Testing out the chat. Curious about this. Will that? Yes, it will appear on my feed. All right, cool. So I don't have to worry about that. Okay. Sweet. I think I'm also going to... You know what? I'm going to share this as well to a group. There we go. Talking some San Diego Comic-Con. Might as well hashtag that, right? Gotta hashtag everything. Hashtag SDCC. Come and join me for my live return of my flagship podcast. More of the same. Which now podcast is not a network. So. Alright, so we're going to try and have some fun here. See if anyone joins the chat. Again, ignore the Retro Gamers logo. I got to change that. So, we're also going to hear it from a lot of people. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to insult anybody that I like. Alright, so let's go to Marvel Studios. So Marvel Studios, a lot happening at San Diego Comic-Con. Actually, speaking of the Retro Gamers podcast, Anthony Rippo of the Retro Gamers podcast is there right now in San Diego Comic-Con. I think he's having a rough time there with the crowds. It's a Comic-Con. What do you expect? There's going to be crowds at Comic-Con. New York Comic-Con is just ugly when it comes to something like that. It's just, I wouldn't say overpacked. Well, maybe at times it can be overpacked. And then you get that Comic-Con. I mean, look, I'm not being offensive. It's there. Everyone knows it's there. It's the same thing at wrestling shows, to be honest with you. It's like Comic-Con BO. I don't get why some people just don't shower before they head out to the convention center. I don't get it. But I will get to experience that in October for New York Comic-Con. But Anthony posted up some cool photos, a couple videos from some of the gaming portions of Comic-Con. Hope he puts up some other stuff from the rest of the floor, which would be pretty cool. I think he attended a panel as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, because I'm pretty sure he mentioned Hall H. And Hall H is the main hall where they do all the announcing. But let's kind of run through this a little bit to talk about some of the upcoming movies and television shows that are going to be coming out from Marvel. And I'm just going to be upfront here. I am going to be real as possible, as I always will be. I don't read comics, so as far as the Marvel Universe is concerned, I'm familiar with the Marvel Universe as it's presented to us from the movies, from the Marvel movies. So that's going to be, that's my go-to. And don't get me wrong, I respect the comic book culture. As I'm getting, what is this here? Ooh, no, that's something else. Okay. I will mute that. I totally get the comic book culture. I respect it. I like it. But again, the movies, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, all the television shows. Well, television shows I never got into. I watched the first few episodes of Daredevil on Netflix, and for no other reason than just time, I didn't watch the rest of them. I was enjoying them. I didn't get into Jessica Jones or Iron Fist or Luke Cage. The DC shows I didn't get into, Supergirl. Flash, excuse me, is a little tired, and I kind of decided to do this at the last minute. So I didn't get into much of the TV shows, but the movies, to a point, I enjoy. The only two Marvel Studios movies, and I did watch Into the Spider-Verse this morning, which I enjoyed the story. I wasn't crazy about the animation, but the story was good. But the only two movies I haven't seen yet have been Black Panther and Captain Marvel. Again, Black Panther, I just haven't seen it for no other reason than just haven't seen it. Captain Marvel, Brie Larson annoys me. I'm not crazy about her whatsoever. I wasn't crazy about what she said during the promotion of the movie, where she said she didn't want to be interviewed by a bunch of older white men, but that is what it is. What more annoys me about her is the fact that she always looks like she's trying to divide large numbers. She always has a look on her face that makes me think, is she trying to divide a 4-digit number by a 5-digit number? She's always staring off into space. I don't get it. It's annoying. It annoys me. But to stay consistent with the rest of the movies, eventually I will watch. I'm just waiting for it to get on Netflix or just rent it. I did enjoy Endgame. I didn't go back to watch it a second time. But Endgame looks like just surpassed Avatar as the highest grossing movie of all time, which is good because Avatar was terrible. In my opinion. And everything here is my opinion, and my opinion only. I thought the 3D of Avatar was fantastic. One of the first 3D movies to be filmed in 3D, so that worked. But the story itself, I wasn't crazy about it. But Endgame was a good close to this Phase 3, to the current Marvel Universe as we know it. And as being announced within the last hour or so, it looks like Phase 4 is going to be kicking things into high gear because the first movie that was announced is Eternals, which is scheduled, and of course all releases are subject to change, will be released tentatively November 6th, 2020. That year still doesn't sound real. I can't believe we're almost to the year 2020. It's nuts. Time flies when you're bored. So the Eternals will star Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani. Is he the one that's in Stuber with Batista? I don't know. Lauren Ridloff, Brian Trey. If I saw it reading off names, not going to work. Salma Hayek, though, that's a big name. So Eternals, I got to learn more about it. Again, I'm just kind of giving you a heads up here. Some of these I know about, and some of these may get me to dial up on Disney Plus. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. Also announced at Hall H in San Diego Comic-Con, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So basically, if you were not the head, the star, the number one cheese in one of the Marvel Studio movies, then you're getting a television show. RDJ, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, ScarJo, they're not getting TV shows on Disney Plus. But Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie sure are. So The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be a show on Disney Plus. Obviously, these shows will take place after Endgame. And I gotta believe that unlike Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which purposely danced around the movies, I think only a couple of times the television shows somehow interacted with the movies, but basically tried to stay on its own. I gotta believe these Disney Plus movies are going to, just head on take place after the movies or in conjunction with the movies or just continuing stories. So, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think that should be pretty good. I think that sounds promising. Again, another movie that I'm unfamiliar with the product, coming out February 12th, 2021. So I got some time to study up on this. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Is that I don't know if it's an Iron Fist thing, but to be fair, when it came out 10 years ago or 11 years ago, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I think at this point, Iron Man. I thought Iron Man was a terrible pick to make a live-action movie out of. And this is before any plans of a cinematic universe. You know what I mean? Where, an Avengers movie or anything like that. Being the casual comic book fan, I thought Iron Man, not a lot of people would know Iron Man. I really had no idea. And nothing against Robert Downey Jr., don't get me wrong. I just thought it was just a bad character to pick. And I was completely wrong on that aspect, rightfully so, and gladly wrong. Iron Man ended up being a tremendous movie and kicking off the MCU universe. But Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, I mean, I know a lot of you out there may know exactly what this is. I'm curious to know what it's going to be about. I'll still see it. I'm curious if it's affiliated, again, with like Doctor Strange or Iron Fist maybe or something like that. I'm assuming with the Asian character type or culture of that aspect. I don't know. We'll see. Let me move on before I get in trouble. WandaVision, Disney Plus, spring 2021. At first I read it. I thought it was like Wakanda Vision. So I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Oh, wait, WandaVision. Holy hell, that just dawned on me what that meant. All right, first I thought it was Wakanda Vision. So I'm like, all right, they're making a Black Panther TV show. But then I read it again and said WandaVision. I'm like, what the hell is WandaVision? And then it sees, starring Elizabeth Olsen. I'm like, okay, so it's about the Scarlet Witch. But it's also starring Paul Bettany, who played Vision. And it just dawned on me, as I said it literally right now, WandaVision is going to be the television show of the Scarlet Witch and Vision. Which, again, spoiler alert, sorry, I believe must take place before Endgame. Which I have something to talk about that in a few moments. Another television show. Disney Plus is racking up the television shows right now. Loki, starring Tom Hiddleston, reprising wonderful roles. Loki, spring 2021. We get our sequel, our first of a couple sequels announced. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So this is pretty cool. Kind of the first real announcement of a multiverse. I mean, it was in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, but now we may get the actual multiverse. So the sequel to Doctor Strange, May 7th, 2021. This one's pretty interesting. Disney Plus. It's an animated show called Marvel Studios' What If. Now, I am familiar with the comic series What If, where, what if Wolverine had Vision's powers or something, I don't know. Or what if, Jean Grey worked at a McDonald's. This is going to be animated, but what's cool is they are going to get a lot of the actors to play their original characters. So we may get Robert Downey Jr. reprising Iron Man, or maybe reprising Tony Stark, which I think is pretty sweet. So we'll look forward to that in 2021. Another television show finally getting its just due, Hawkeye, starring Jeremy Renner, fall of 2021. I love the logos, and it's just, you can't go wrong with the fourth installment of the series, Thor, Love and Thunder. And we are seeing the return of Natalie Portman in this one, November of 2021. And that logo, someone's got a GIF here of He-Man, and that is screaming. That logo is screaming He-Man. So that's pretty, I like that. That's pretty funny. So that's coming out in November of 2021. Finally, after many, many years of rumors, she's finally getting her own movie, Black Widow, ScarJo. May 1st of 2020. Second female lead movie for Marvel Studios after Captain Marvel. Black Widow, again, clearly a prequel. So let's get into that. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Endgame. So, couple of deaths, which were spoiled for me before I saw the movie, so thank you. But there were a couple deaths in the movie, most notably Iron Man and Scarlett Johansson. Also, which seems to be always left on the wayside, Vision. So, anyway, Tony Stark hits the snap, restores order. Now, he dies because of the power. He just can't absorb the power. But I'm still trying to figure out why Scarlett Johansson can't come back, because Gamora, I'm pretty sure, came back. And she died in Infinity War, the same way Scarlett Johansson did. Loophole? Russo brothers? Hello. Someone call me. let me know. Let me hear. And Blade. I don't know if this is a TV show or a remake. But Blade's going to be coming out. I hope. Well, maybe it's a remake. I guess it's not that bad to kind of reestablish Blade in the Marvel Universe. No announcement further from there. So that's, so far, mostly it from Hall H. There should be some more, because right now it's what, 10, 9, 8? It's 10 after 7 over there in San Diego. So they may get some more announcements. But so far, so good. Look at that. Anthony Chu is live with the Yin and the Yang podcast right now, watching the fight, and clearly does not own a tripod. So, may have to, let's do this. You know what? Let's do this. So we're going to bring him on, kind of, sort of. All right. Let's see. Are they going off? Let's see. All right. Maybe invest in a cell phone tripod. Let's see. Any comment? Nope. He just went. All right. Oh, well. Check out the Yin and the Yang podcast. So, oh boy. Getting messages here, pardon me. On my Instagram. Feel free to check out my Instagram. Pretty much everywhere at MOHR365, MOHR 365. And I think I'm just going to bring this one. I don't got anyone, everyone's either asleep or out having a life on a Saturday. The more I think about it, the more I should have been at the Hammerstein Ballroom for this Ring of Honor show. At least I'd be out, be doing something. And then again, I would be in that heat, in that disgusting New York weather. You can boil an egg out there on the tarmac. Ugh. Oh, here we go. After I just announced everything, looks like Marvel put it together in a nice little package about everything that's coming out. Did they do a little... All right, so Eternals, yeah. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. WandaVision, Loki, Doctor Strange, What If, Hawkeye, Thor, Black Widow, Blade. Nope, that's it. You know what's funny? And, it's cool, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for him. One of my I went through a few college roommates. Probably because of me. But I went through a few college roommates, and one of them, you may have heard of him as Agent M on Twitter, works over there at Marvel. Ryan Paganos. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I think so. It's been a long time. Oh, what happened? I just missed the ending to the tag title match. He's over there doing big time stuff at Marvel, so happy to see that. And I'm pretty sure every time I do run into him at like New York Comic Con or something like that, he does not remember me whatsoever. I am just a blip on his radar. And we were roommates for, I want to say, an entire year. We were definitely friends for all of freshman year and at least half of sophomore. He ended up transferring to a different college, I want to say junior year or halfway through sophomore. Halfway through sophomore, I think it was. But, we hung out a lot. We were we were neighbors in the dorm, and we hung out. Actually, we went to the only original ECW show I ever went to was with him and a couple other guys from college. And yeah, just not a clue who I am, or probably that whole time in college. And right now, live, the Briscoes have just regained the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. So Ryan, I'm happy to see you doing great stuff out there, brother. Very happy you were interviewing the Count from Sesame Street and Grover. That's one of my dreams. So that's pretty cool on your part as well. And hopefully maybe one day if we run into each other again, most likely at New York Comic Con, hopefully you do remember me. We can say hi. Who knows, maybe get something to drink or something like that. I'm not looking for a job at Marvel, don't worry. But it'd be nice to... It's nice to be known. It's nice to be remembered for something good for once. So, we'll see. We'll see that. Oh, there it is. Yep, there's the whole IMDb. Put everything together there in a nice package. All right. So, looks like no one's commenting. Either that, or they don't know how to comment. I got a mention here. What is this? Here we go. Got a couple likes. Where's my mention? What is this? No. Someone mentioned me. Well, mention more of the same, at least. Can't find it, though. Nope. Let's unpin that. I guess no one mentioned me. Come on, Facebook, you lied to me. Shocking. Yeah. More of the same has one new mention. Unless it was me who mentioned it. Yeah, it was. I thought so. I was telling that I mentioned myself. Ugh. Stupid Facebook. Maybe the Russians will take over. Oh, wait a minute. What is this all about? Are we getting... Oh, wait a minute. Rumors. Are we maybe seeing one of the other Thors in the new movie? Buddy of mine just posted a picture of female Thor saying finally getting what she deserves. I guess she's going to take over? In Thor Love and Thunder? I have no idea. We got a long time to go before we hear about it. I miss Facebook. Facebook Live used to be able to do an audio only. And Facebook really needs to bring that back. Because I'd much rather do a live audio than live video. Right? No. I gotta do that from Chrome. Maybe I'll do it from Chrome another time. All right, I'm calling it. Folks, be on the lookout. More of the Same podcast is back. It's gonna drop randomly, though. But still subscribe. Try and get this fan base back up. Share when you can share. Post when you can post. I'll catch you guys later.